Hey there, I hope you're doing well today. So today on my soul walk was really interesting. I started going for a walk and my mind was running a mile a minute of all these things that I had to do. And then when I let all of that go, I asked, okay, universe, what's the highest and best message for people to hear? And then it was nothing. I was like, uh-oh. But I literally got nothing. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just look at the trees and see what happens. And then an old relationship came to mind, someone that I had dated like 30 something years ago. And then that led into the message. And I remember having a conversation with this man, and he was in a job that he just didn't like. He really hated it. And he was complaining about it. He goes, yeah, I don't like my job. And I said, well, what do you want to do? And his response was, I don't know. And I'm like, well, why don't you ask yourself what you want to do? And so our relationship, it didn't work out, but I'm still friends with him today. And fast forward like 30 years, he's still in that job. He's getting ready to retire. And he's still at the same level of happiness that he was 30 years ago. So the message is start asking yourself those difficult questions. And what I mean by that is ask yourself, what do you want? Because he had the opportunity in that moment that we had that conversation, he had that opportunity to start thinking about what he really wanted, but he didn't. And then he spent the next 30 years of his life spending 40 plus hours a week at a job that he hated. So he didn't have to do that. It could have been different. And chances are, if you're listening to this and you're hearing this message, your soul is like tapping you on the shoulder. It's like, start asking those difficult questions. The questions that, what is it that you want? And I say that they're difficult because we have been programmed from the day we were born to not think for ourselves. We have been programmed to go to school, get an education, get a secure job, get in a secure relationship. You know, we were not taught to ask questions. We weren't taught to think about, what do I want? But it's never too late. You can today ask yourself, what do I want? And you might come up blank for a long time. But if you keep asking those questions, then the universe will bring in some opportunities for you to see, oh, that's what I want. That's what I want. You know, people will come into your life and they'll talk about something, or you'll see a movie, or you'll read a book, or you'll just be out doing something. It's like, oh my God, I would really love to go sail away on a yacht for a year. You know, but just start thinking those questions. Start asking yourself, what do I want? And I promise you, if you are in a relationship that is not healthy or fulfilling, if you are in a job that you absolutely hate, if you have health conditions that are not optimal, if you have financial insecurity, I guarantee you that is not your lot in life. It's not. You do not have to continue to live that way. There is a solution to every problem. And if you start asking the questions, how can it be different? What do I like? What do I want? How can I change this? Rather than, I don't like this. I'm worrying about this. It's a completely different energy. When you worry about something, it keeps you in that space. When you start asking questions of how things can transform, you begin to find your answers. So I hope that helps. And that the big thing that's coming through right now, you do not have to settle for a life or a relationship or financial situation or a career that is less than fulfilling, happy, and joyful. You do not. You deserve the best. So go out and get it. Thanks for listening.